candles spluttered, their flames were gay, and the shadows leapt back out of the way. The party began to get going. The laughter rang shriller, the talk boomed louder, the woman's face showed flush through powder, eyes flashed, glistened, everyone talked, few listened. Kate hailed birds like a long-lost brother, and she left Black Side to be a red-hot mother. Queenie saw her going. She stopped the Vic and put on a record so blue it was sick. She moved forward swiftly. She stood before Black. Will you dance with me until Kate comes back? And ever so shyly, she smiled. He blushed like a 10-year-old child and nodded, completely beguiled. So dance they did, and dance they could. Queenie was a marvel, and the boy was good. But the music swerved, and then Queenie stirred, and the stir went through him, and he shifted his arm and crushed her to him. The shock of her softness stopped her breath. It was wonderfully timed. About 2 steps more, they'd have lost their balance and fallen on the floor. Queenie took cushions from the double bed. Do you mind if we sit on the floor, she said. So they found a corner, half hidden by a chair, and they dropped the cushions, and they sat down there. Meanwhile, on the double bed, eyes closed in bliss, Burrs and Kate lay locked in a 5-minute kiss. Of course, it meant nothing to either one. They were simply snatching a bit of fun. They stirred, they unlocked, they came up for air. Their eyes blurred, the room rocked. They peered here and there. Suddenly Kate had a moving thought. Oh, where's that cockeyed bastard I brought? Her eyes found the corner, and there they stopped. Her head shot forward, and her jaw dropped. Oh, well, may Jesus give me grace. He's mushing it up with your angel face. Kate winked slyly. You're jealous. Jealous? Burrs gave her a glittering stare. You're crazy. What the hell do I care? The candles flared. The shadows sprang tall, leapt goblin-like from wall to wall, excited, delighted, mimicking those invited. On the bench before the grand piano sat Oscar and Phil, the brothers D'Amato. They were powdered, rouged, sleek of hair. They must have worn pink silk underwear. They clung together with arms laced about each other's waist, stood around in anguished poses. They rated a shower of paper roses. They played with the fury of the crowd about them, banged and sang and tried to outshout them. They swayed, they bent, they hammered on the keys and shrieked falsetto melodies. A chord rang out, turned blue, then ran through a syncopating vamp, and the song began. The verse was nothing, but the chorus was art, and its music was enough to tear you apart. The candles flared, their flames sprang high, the shadows leaned disheveled awry, and the party began to reek of sex. Wide arms encircled swollen necks, blurred faces swam together, locked, red hungry lips, closed eyes rocked. White shoulders burst their ribbon bands, rose bare to passionate, fumbling hands. White slimmer throats curved back beneath, attacking mouths that choked their breath. They murmured, they gasped, they lurched and pawed and grasped. The bed was a slowly moving tangle of arms and legs and bodies at every angle. Knees rose, legs and sheer stockings crossed, clung, shimmered, uncrossed, or lost. Skirts went awry, black arms embraced, white legs naked from knee to waist. The candle flames stood stiff and tall, and the shadows lay overlapped on the wall. A candle guttered, its flame died. shadows rushed in from every side, a sinister, swift procession, taking grim possession. The noise dropped to a strange, jumbling, low-pitched sound, like distant mumbling. Over this blur, the Victrola threw incessant music, soft and blue. A young girl lay on the floor, half hidden by a man in gray. Her slim arms kicked. She tried to seize her skirt and pull it down to her knees. They shrank back. Eddie! But he was there already. His hand swept down, his grip grew tight on the man's neck. His knuckles showed white. His shoulders heaved with one drag. He pulled the man up like a limp rag. The man's head rolled from side to side and stared at Eddie, vacant-eyed. "You bastard, you! Fooling with a kid!" snarled Eddie. "I'll show ya!" And he did. His shoulders swung, his fist drew back, shot out, struck with a dull smack. Back went the man's head. He spun where he stood, fell flat and lay there, his face oozing blood. The bystanders murmured in awe. Eddie thrust out his jaw. A woman laughed. The ear caught his sound. He snarled, ducked his head, swung swiftly around. His lips curled in his fang-like teeth, gleamed crooked and savage underneath. His shoulders began to twist. Slowly he circled each fist. He crouched. His eyes shone red. Grimly he said, "Fooling with a kid."